guys, this is Jordan here, personal trainer at the Schenectady JCC. Today for our kids-oriented workout, I've got a lot of leg work that we're going to be focusing on today. I got some power exercises, a little of change in direction, acceleration, some fun cone drills to do. I also got a little bit of cardio through the legs. So a lot of leg work today that we're focusing on. Before we get started, I always want to make sure that we're warmed up so we don't pull any muscles, end up setting us back. Obviously trying to go forward with our development through our leg work. Before we get started, like I said, our warm-up today is going to be doing our butt kicks to start. All right, it's our running in place drill, getting the heels up to the knees. All right, just slowly run it in place, keeping those knees in that under position under those hips, and just slowly bringing the heels as high as you can. All right, up to the butt. I'm just going to get those legs a little bit warm before we get started. 15 more seconds here. All right, then we're going to go into some high knees. Like I said, we're just getting warm here. We're not trying to go at a fast pace, just trying to get warm before we get started with our actual drills. It's the last one there. We're going to go into our high knees. All right, bringing the knees up in the front of the body, kind of the opposite of our butt kicks. Trying to break that plane of the waist. All right, so the knees shouldn't be here. All right, not like a march. You're going to get it nice and high and try to get at least to the weight. Put your hands in front of those hips. All right, right where that belt should be. That's where the point you want to hit each time. I don't need you to go as fast as you can, like I said, just to warm up here. All right, so just bring the legs up one at a time. Slow and smooth, and the heart rate up just a little bit. Gonna go for 30 seconds. And 2 more little exercises to make sure we're completely warm before we get started. Okay, so that's 15 there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, last things we got, just gonna do some outside hip work. We're gonna do some change of direction. We're gonna do some skaters. We've done these before in balance drills. All right, you're gonna jump from one foot to the other. All right, so whatever foot you're coming up with, my inside foot's my right foot. I'm jumping up to the right foot. I'm just going back and forth, okay? Nice big squeeze the glutes. You're coming down. Just wanna get the inside and outside of those hips warmed up as well for these lateral jumps. All right, no fast pace, controlled here. Just gonna get that warm up at 10 more seconds. All right, make sure we're balanced before jumping back and forth. Just because it's the warm up, doesn't want to cheat yourself. Here's my last one. All right, I'm just gonna do some hip rolls now. All right, pushing the pelvis in front, and rotating behind. Hips going nice and wide on the outside. 2 more big circles. Okay, let's reverse it. I'll come this way so you can see. All right, pushing the hips outside of those feet. All right, nice push forward, bringing that butt behind you. Let's do 2 more in this direction. All right, so the first drills I got for you, it's called a W drill. You can see behind me, all right, I have 4 cones and a basketball set up back in that corner back there. I do not have 5 cones, but the good thing about this is you don't really need cones, you just need some kind of barrier or marker for you to know where to go to, all right? Make sure, like I said before, if you're using some kind of barrier, make sure it's not something that would hurt you if you kick it by accident, all right, because you are gonna go fast paced, or something that would break if you do obviously kick it. We don't want to ruin anything of value. So we're gonna start at one of the back cones, or my basketball, where I set up. All right, it's called a W drill, or an M drill, depending on which way you're looking at it, all right? You're gonna start at the back one of the cones. All right, so this is a little bit of change of direction, acceleration, all right? Starting at this back green cone, you're gonna accelerate. When you hear the stop clock, or timer, whatever you got for you, accelerate to the front cone. All right, so you're going at a diagonal angle. All right, we're breaking it down, we get to this cone. All right, planting those feet, doing a back pedal back to our middle cone, sprint back forwards, and then back pedal back to our start, or to the end, I should say. Once we get to the end, all right, instead of going backwards, which we'll do the second round, we're just gonna shuffle back to the start and get right back into it. All right, so you can do this a couple different ways. You can do this for time-wise, okay? Focus on how quick I can do this, okay? 1 round. You can focus on doing this for cardio-wise, maybe for 45 seconds, see how many you can get in 45 seconds. All right, so there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. We're just gonna go for 30 seconds, all right? Or maybe I'll go 2 or 3 times through, just so you can see what's gonna happen, all right, each time I get to the cone, all right? A lot of times it's much easier just to watch than to listen. All right, so I'm gonna go for 30 seconds here. We wanna make sure we stay low, all right? So I hear that clock, break it down, always keeping chest up, coming around, back pedaling, All right, chest up, shuffle back to the front, and forward again. Make sure you get all the way to the cone. We'll do it one more time for you. Exploding forward, planting those feet. Chest is up. Short, compact steps. Shuffle back to the beginning. Okay, so that's a W drill. Great change of direction. Very good acceleration. A lot of stopping and going. The next drill we got today is going to be a little bit of change in direction as well. Focusing on some lunge work. I like to call these open up lunges because we're opening up our hips. All right, so it's a little bit of a side lunge. Usually when you do a side lunge, you're planting that foot. Okay, and the hips are staying in that stationary position. Now we're going to focus on opening up the hips, and as I open up that leg, going into a lunge. What do I mean by this? When I put it all together, I take that step, so I'm going to my right side, my chest is staying up, open up that foot, I'm rotating the hips, lower myself into a lunge, finishing nice and low, knees over toes, my knee went too far over that toe there. All right, so still focus on that lunge position, you drive up to start, all right, and coming right back to the opposite foot. This is a good hip strengthening as well. All right, a lot of times when you're playing sports, you're not in that stationary position when you're ready. All right, you need to focus on open up the hips, maybe go down for a baseball, something like that. Sorry, a soccer ball if you're a goalie. You're not always going to be in that ready position. All right, so this is nice. You can just be in this position for facing straight and having to open up the hips and get low. Make sure we're following with the hips as well. Get nice and low through that lunge. Then hipping on that back toe. All right, so those will open up lunges. This is the last round we got. So just focus on some cardio. So quick pace as always. Okay, so we're doing some touchdowns. It's kind of like a squat position. What you're gonna do, bring your hand to the ground and touch the ground while we're doing a squat. Okay, hence touchdowns. So we're sitting up nice and straight. All right, what you're gonna do, separate those feet into a squat position, about shoulder width with those feet. Once I get those feet landed, at the same time as much as possible, we're gonna slowly bring it down, bend those knees, keep that chest up. All right, and bring one arm nice and straight to the ground. When you do this, I wanna make sure that we bring the knees down to lower that hand and we're not reaching, okay? What I mean by this is a lot of times when people squat, if they have to focus on getting someone on the ground, they bend at the hips, all right, and get that chest down, bring the chest down. We wanna keep the chest up nice and straight, get that arm nice and straight, and we're not gonna reach. We're just gonna bring that straight arm right to the ground, so I'm bending the knees, okay? Shoulders come forward a little bit, chest comes forward a little bit, okay? But you're not gonna hinge at the hips to grab whatever's on that ground there, okay? So if we're gonna come up, we're gonna switch arms each time. We'll do a couple for you nice and slow. Actually, we'll go for about 30 seconds here so you can get a little bit of form down as well if you wanna work out with me. So 30 seconds, separate those feet, nice and low, shoulder with the feet, come back to start, and opposite. Each time, landing the feet in the same position, outside of those hips, getting the butt down, keeping the chest up. All right, so those are called touchdowns. Okay, we're gonna go through one more time, just to make sure we got all of our exercises we're doing. The first one again was the W drill. So the first round I started that green cone behind me. You obviously wanna make sure we're even on both sides while we're working out. So I'm gonna start this basketball back at me, because it's obviously a little bit different what feet you're planting with when they're different, going in different directions. All right, so make sure we come back to that green cone where we started the last round. It's our ending point. We're gonna shuffle back to the start of the basketball again, okay? So I'm going 3 rounds. Okay, get the inside of that cone, a basketball for me. You hear that explosion, come forward, bend those knees, plant the feet, get the end, I shuffle. Always facing forward. Last one. All right, guys, W drill. Very good, change of direction, stopping and starting, explosion, acceleration. Back to our open up lunges, helping with that change of direction and hip strengthening to the legs as well. Facing me, okay, 1 foot at a time. Open that lunge, that up. Open the hips, pivot on that toe, focus on the form. All right, a little bit of balance here as well. We're back to that ground, Plyometric. Last one each side. All right, guys, I'll go into the touchdowns. A little break if you need. Last round of cardio here. We'll switch it up. Okay, chest up. Start with feet together. What arm are we gonna pick? Nice and straight. I'm going right. And the knees. Start as fast as you can. If that form starts to falter, slow it up. We got 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, guys, take a quick break. All right, guys, so I got one more little circuit for us to do. We're starting with the same kind of concepts. First exercise here will be a little sports agility, performance stuff. Not so much change of direction. We're working at diagonal angles. All right, and focus on getting feet low, like be able to explode forward, change your directions very quickly. Okay, so this is called the zigzag shuffle. It's kind of like a figure 8 move. You're going in and out of the cones. So if I'm starting at my green cone back here, pick a side. If I'm on that left side of the cone, I'm going right, okay? Vice versa, if I'm on the right, I'm going left, okay? So this isn't really a fast exercise. I'm not worried about speed so much. Focus on how quick we can change those that angle and exploding forward very quickly right on that dime. So what you're gonna do is 2 feet, all right, 2 feet shuffle. So if on my left, I'm going to the right side. I got 2 feet here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. After I get around, back pedal to the start, okay? If I was on the right side, I would switch it up, go back to the left. All right, so it's almost like a hop. Back to my right. Okay, make sure when we're backpedaling, chest is up. Okay, so I'm not backpedaling here. All right, at any point I could lose my balance. I have no idea what's going on in the play. I'm backpedaling. Okay, you always want to keep chest up, even if that makes you slowing down a little bit. Always want to keep your eyes up. Okay, so that is the zigzag shuffle. Next exercise we got, a little bit of change in direction again. Focus on balancing a little bit through the legs as well. These are called 180 jumps. Everyone knows what a 360 is, that's circle. So obviously you're not going to a full circle. Half a 360 is 180, we're doing half jumps. So what you're gonna do is find a position. I'm gonna start sideways just so you can see me a little bit easier. Feet are shoulder width. All you're gonna do is jump. So when I land, my chest is in the opposite direction of mine. All right, I'm not going completely around. What I want you to focus on doing is a little bit of balance. All right, so exploding up to make sure we can get our feet all the way around, as well as the chest. A lot of people do this, get too tired, don't jump high enough. All right, their feet plant one at a time, and then they bend the knees. We want to land with both feet together at the same time and lower ourselves into that land, right, bending those knees and keeping the chest up at all times. So what I mean by that is just do a couple, low, dry. So I'm landing with those feet together in that same position I took off on the other side. My chest is up and I land into that jump, all right? Okay, these get tough after a while. First couple seem was fun. All right, make sure when we're doing these, we're going in the opposite direction. Okay, so if I'm jumping to my right here, all right, next time I jump around, I'm not jumping again, right side again. All right, if you go around that circle each time, you'll just get nice and dizzy. We wanna make sure we go in the opposite direction. So if I'm jumping right, next jump, right back to my left. Okay, even it out a little bit. We don't wanna get too dizzy. All right, so those are 180 jumps. This last round we got, it's just some reverse lunge, a little bit of cardio as well though. It's a reverse lunge. Usually we do lunges. We come forward with that knee. Reverse lunge, obviously we're going behind. So it's a cardio exercise, fast paced. All right, and we have to make sure we're going on each side. So one round will be on one side, one line will be on the opposite side. So if I'm going right leg, all right, I take a step behind me. All right, try to lower myself into that regular lunge position. So once I finish, it seems like a normal lunge. All right, weights even through the feet, toes are forward, chest is up. All right, I step back to my right, I drive to the left, and I bring that knee up, just like a high knee, right through that waist. Inhaling back, exhaling up. All right, so you take a little bit of weight off that leg, that front leg, as your leg comes behind into the toe primarily. All right, you're keeping all that weight on that left side. All right, every time you reverse back in that lunge, you want to try to keep that knee up from the ground or just barely touch. Make sure we get full range and there's no cheat, okay? So those are our 3 exercises. Zigzag shuffle, which we'll show you again. Nice change of direction, all right? Stopping and starting, acceleration, okay? A little bit of diagonal work, so pick a side. All right, if you don't want to shuffle back or back pedal back, you can always shuffle back. You could always do anything you want to make it a little bit harder or make it easier if you need to, okay? Either way, when we're doing these, we need to make sure we're doing both sides, okay? You want to focus on starting on one side, the next round we're going up. Okay, so 1, 2. Opposite side. My chest is up, my head is up, all right? And that's the reason we have to do this, because I want you to focus on keeping chest and head up. If we're doing that, all right, then we could kick one of the cones, or whatever we have. So make sure there's nothing that you can break, all right, nothing you can hurt yourself on if you kick back. So zigzag shuffle. You can always turn it around, come on one side instead of back from the back. Just turn around. You don't want to get wiped on other stuff. You want to focus on the zigzag, that's fine. 2, 2, 2, turn it around. 2, 2. All right, you need to be able to push off that one leg to explode at that diagonal direction. So there's our zigzag shuffle. Back to our 180 jumps. Make sure we're going in opposite directions, okay? Keeping the chest up, landing the feet the same distance that you jumped and landed into those knees. All right, getting that butt down. All right, so we're not landed 1, 2, and bend, knees and bend into that land each time. High jump, soft land. Opposite direction each time, okay? We don't want to get dizzy. All right, they start off nice and fun, they get tough. Okay, you feel like you're losing that form, slow it down or take a break. Okay, we always want to focus on form more than speed, especially if it's not a cardio drill. All right, and our last one, our reverse lunges. So I did my right leg in the first round. All right, feel free to do right and left on one round. The second round, you can do both again, all right? If you need to do one round, one leg, and second round, opposite leg, that is fine as well, all right? Everyone's got different capabilities and strengths. Okay, so back to our lunges. Go left side here, back to that lunge, chest is up, weight's even, and drive it forward. All right, so this is a little bit of a cardio drill, so it's fast paced. I'm trying to keep all that weight in that front leg. Deep inhales, the chest isn't falling forward as I lunge. All right, getting that butt down, the weight's even through the legs as you step. I'll do one more here. All right, big drive of that knee, trying to get to that waist. All right, guys, so that's a little bit of our leg workout today. All right, we make sure we're gonna cool down. Very easy stretch. All right, sets is all legs. All right, if you need some balance, I'm gonna do some quad stretches. All right, so you can grab onto the bench or the fence over there if I need anything you need to hold your balance. Some people do not need. And I like doing these because it does focus on some balance work as well when you're stretching. All right, just kind of like our butt kicks. Bring the heel up to that butt. When you do this, you make sure that knee stays in line with the hip so it's not coming out too wide. All right, as I pull up, all right, keep that center of gravity out of the spine and just pulling that foot up. All right, knee stays in line with the hip. And you're balancing on one leg the whole round. That's how I like stretching without that the balance helper. All right, it's a big pull. Hip stays in that normal alignment. If we can get the heel in the butt, great. If we can't, as long as you can feel that stretch in that front of the leg, that is all you need. Okay, about 15 seconds, 20 seconds on each side. If you feel like it's tight, feel free to do longer. All right, but that's a good parameter usually, depending on your exercises and how muscles can be a little bit tight, more tight from other people, or loose for other people. Everyone's different. So find that stretch. Make sure you feel it in the front of that leg, okay? Make sure you keep that balance. If we need to hold on to something to focus on your balance, or to focus on that stretch, this is the most important part right here. If you can do it without holding on to something and throwing some balance in there as well, even better, okay? So we got some hip circles. Let's just do some torso rotations to get those hips loosed up again. Don't want to get too tight. You get a lot of change in direction, accelerating forward. We want to make sure we cool down just as much as we warm up. All right, keeping those feet shoulder width, a little bit farther. Hands are nice and straight. Just follow on the chest with the hands to the hips. Our last little cool down part, just those lower legs or hamstrings into the calves. Okay, extend that leg in front of you. All you're gonna do, that nice straight leg, just bring that chest down. I want you to focus on not rolling the shoulders, reach those arms. Keep your chest as straight as you can. Hinge at your hips, and slowly bring that chest down until you feel a stretch on that back side of that upper leg, all right, right here. You're gonna hold again for 15 to 20 seconds. After you feel you've got enough stretch out of that leg, okay, keep in the same position. All you're gonna do is dig into that heel and bring that toe up. Again, keeping that chest there, you'll feel a nice stretch that comes from the calf now. Okay, 15 to 20 again, and then we switch it up. Opposite leg, nice and straight. Chest is straight. I lower it down so I feel it in the back of that leg. Hamstring here. I hold 15 to 20. Bring it to that calf. Same position. All right. Usually you'll bring the chest up a little bit. All right. You don't have to go as far for that calf. All right, guys. I hope you had a great workout today. I know I did. I'm sweating, and I was just only showing you guys how to do it. So I know this is a good workout for you. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope to see you guys soon.